Hello and welcome to all you Capricorns. This is your yearly horoscope for 2020. Still an important year. Still an important year for the Capricorns. I want to make this video quite practical and not too long, but let's have a look what's going on. Yes, let's start with the most positive thing, which is of course Jupiter in your sign. Thank God this is happening for the Capricorns. You've been going through a lot. Lots of you have been going through anxieties, through transformations. You know, for those of you who have Pluto on your ascendant, for instance, or Pluto on your sun sign, this is major transformations, major shifts in your life path, so to speak. But now we've got Jupiter in your sign for the whole year. And to begin with, even though there are eclipses going on in your sign at the end of December 2019 and the beginning of January of 2020, it is a different flavor because Jupiter is involved. It's not Saturn, your ruler now, that had to do with releasing a lot of karma, and that was last September, and before that, you know, in 2019, that's not coming back anymore. Now it's Jupiter in the South Node, which shows like now the rewards are coming. So there is a new you emerging for sure now. And that already happens in January. So enjoy that. And there is like, when things have been going quite stressful for you, quite anxious, and it wasn't easy to, biggest fears that could have come up for you, especially with Saturn on your ascendant or Saturn on your sun sign. This is a relief now with Jupiter. This is like here, Jupiter is the planet of hope. It's the planet of meaning. Now you see it's all been worth it. So that is good news for the Capricorns. Also, relationships might have been quite stressful because there's so much going on with you. And also that is going to ease now. That is going to shift because the North Node now is shifting from the 7th house towards the 6th house, which is your work, your day-to-day work, but also your health. So it's going to be a bit more about how can I stay practical in my work? How can I make sure that my health is okay? How can I make sure that I get some discipline here out of my life? So, but I mean in a way that it's gonna help you just by doing little things day by day. So that's as from May that the North Node shifts there in your 6th house. And again, having then the South Node going into your 12th house is again a decluttering, is again of, old clothes, putting them away, and so that you have space for new ones. So still a significant year for the Capricorn because there's another thing happening in your cardinal sign, and there's another thing happening as well in a cardinal sign, and that has an impact on you, and that is Mars. Mars is going to be crazy long time in Aries. It's going to be there from July up until December. So 6 months instead of 6 weeks. 6 months in the same sign, in the deepest point of your horoscope. So that means still the transformation is going on. Now you've got the help of Jupiter there, but still that Mars is clashing with Saturn and Pluto. So that means that you have to do it in the Saturnial kind of way, which is concise, precise, and not giving up, but doing it in not having shortcuts done. What could that be? It's for some of you, this could be literally your home. That between having Mars there for such a long time, from July up until the end of the year, it could mean that you're going to renovate, for instance. Some people just renovate, and whilst Mars is going backwards and forwards, it's just a long time that you spend time on working on your home. So it could be that. Or it could be moving as well, selling and moving. And again, do the things by the book, do the things by not taking shortcuts, and then you will be fine. It could also mean that with a parent, there is a lot of activity there. It could be a bit of stress because Mars, after all, is drive and is energy. So there could be you dealing with some arguments there with a parent, but at a positive level, it means working with that in order for you to find inner stability. And it's by so on a very psychological level. So for a lot of you, this will happen on a psychological level. This is about digging deep, and this is about old patterns of behavior, emotional behavior. Cut it out, to cut the weeds, or how do you say that, to make it in a different way, so that you are emotionally stronger after this 2020 year, and emotionally more courageous to deal with life, because that is what this is all about. The fourth house is the moon, basically. It's like you're having a transit of Mars on your moon constantly. So yes, you will be driven more by emotions, but as it is connecting with Saturn and Pluto, you will have to keep those emotions in control. And so yes, you will be able to do that because of the situation. So a situation between home and between you could get a bit of in a conflict there, but know that it is there to bring you more emotional stability, more emotional maturity, more emotional comfort. Okay, so whether that is building a house, rebuilding a house, renovating a house, it's about you getting the comfort there. And you can only do that by working hard on yourself, by working hard on exploring and on the behavior that you had in the past, the reactive behavior, you know, the fight-flight thing there. You have an opportunity, you dear Capricorns, to change that. So if you're always, when there is some trouble, you flight, you go away. Now it is time to tackle the problem, and to do that in a consistent way. So very important here still. Uranus in your fifth house in Taurus. So that is good energy for you, especially if you have planets between 2 degrees and 10 degrees of Taurus. 2 degrees and 10 degrees of Capricorn. And that will be the Capricorns born in December, and also the ones at the very beginning of January, the first and the second one. You're going to have a positive Uranus transit there on your sun sign in the fifth house, which is great for romance, new romance, out of the blue, all of a sudden, very exciting. Or children, something that happens to children that is, you know, they're getting out of the house and it's a trine energy, so it all goes smoothly. They're having their own way, or it could mean a new project that you're doing, or it could mean even setting up a new business, and do it with something Uranian-like, which means something that is out of the ordinary, that is not all the same like what anybody else is doing there. Okay, and the same as last year, a little detail here, Neptune in Pisces in your third house, so you do stay compassionate and understanding in your communications, and that goes very well with your Capricorn energy. Having said that, I wish you a very good year. It's very full. I hope you're gonna like it. I hope you will be able to have that positivity of Jupiter in your sign, and of positive growth now after a long time of demolition. Yeah, now it's time to build up there. Having said that, thank you so much for watching. Have a very good year. If you want a reading, just get in touch.